Yeah, you heard.
God, I hope she can't hear us.
No, I just started the audio, but the video still caught that.
I just hope she doesn't hear us.
Oh, that part. Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? We're awful.
We saw Brad Williams.
We're awful people.
We're horrible
I'm just
people.
going to throw that out there.
This bitch made me do all kinds of stuff today.
We haven't. I just happened to look at the stats. I realized it's been 6 weeks since we put anything out. So
it's been a whole month since. How's that song go?
One of these days we're going to get this shit together, I swear. There's no one to blame. Sure, I guess. Blame the black guy, real original. So
I accidentally made a racism. I wasn't trying.
Happens. It is what it is. So we've had a couple of things happen in the last 6 weeks. So there's that. I promise you this time we won't be talking about video games and nothing but video games because we've actually done some shit.
But we have been playing lots of Fortnite.
Well, fucking what's new?
And Fortnite does have Jack Sparrow right now.
Man, there's nothing surprising about that. For those of you that play Fortnite, I'm sure you're all enjoying that. For those of you that don't,
you should. Fortnite.
I've been trying to convince a couple of people to get it strictly because, as I've probably stated before, but we record so sporadically I don't remember anymore. It's really fun when you're playing with people you know. And that's really about it. So truthfully, if it wasn't for the fact that I play with people that I know online, I probably wouldn't play nearly as much. Anyway, so
we really should do a weird gaming where we do It Takes Two.
I mean,
and it's
down.
It's a whole playthrough.
I'm down. I've been down to play that game again. It's marriage counseling in a game, but I'm down to play it again. I really am. I felt like we came out of it stronger.
We didn't even need to.
No, we didn't need it, but still.
Our relationship has always been solid.
Very rock solid.
We have fought.
I don't know that
Name a time. Wait a minute. Name a time.
I don't know that we've ever actually fought. We've certainly disagreed on things.
All the time.
But it's never been like, fuck you, disagreeing. It's always been like a debate, disagreeing.
We probably have thought about that, though, like, fuck you today.
I mean, sure.
Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. Probably more on my side because I'm a dick. Just like when I say, fuck your kids.
But typically, it's usually not because of the person. It's for some other circumstance
Bullshit
tied
reason.
to the person. Yeah. We've definitely the only thing, and I know we've covered it before, but since we're talking about this, the only thing that, it wasn't a fight. It was just one of those, I told her something flat out, which was, the next time you ghost me for a new bitch, I'm going to kill you. That was about the only conversation I could think of that was
I'm still alive.
Confrontational.
So clearly that hasn't happened.
To be fair, that conversation came out of a lot of personal trauma because I also told her when I moved back to California from Colorado that if she fucks me over the way that everybody else has, I'm done having friends. So luckily that clearly hasn't happened. But I have made some new friends along the way, so that's good at least.
Yay. I'm not jealous or anything.
No, but you apparently have issues with me hanging out with my son.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
So, since that just segues right into what we were probably going to talk about, and I was actually, it's funny. I was going to save it for when we recorded just to get like the reaction that I got, but
he had to give up the goose. He had to tell the truth. He can't lie.
This weekend was very theater heavy for me. I went to the movies Saturday and Sunday today. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, we don't record this on Tuesdays.
No. So it is currently July 21st. And so I went to the movies both days. The 20th, so my oldest really liked the first Twister movie. So when he saw the trailer for a sequel called Twisters, very clever, by the way, he was very excited to go see it. In the process of him mentioning wanting to go see it and it coming out, it had been brought to my attention. I did not know this existed until someone told me, but that there are theaters that have something called 4DX, which is the seats move, there's light flashing, water, like the whole kind of...
It's just crazy that you didn't know that existed.
I really didn't. I had no clue until Essentially, what happened is Rich mentioned that he took his pops to a movie, and they went to go see it in that. I don't remember what movie it was, but they went to go see it.
For Rich?
They went to go see that.
Do you think he spoke to him?
And then, and then he also mentioned that the new Alien movie is coming out.
Oh yeah,
I guess him and one of the other guys, Robinson. You remember him?
Yeah.
I guess
he doesn't speak much either.
Until you get some booze in him.
Then he's kind of fun.
He's chattier than.
Where did we take him?
He was at Knott's with us.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway,
like we took the special kids out.
So they mentioned going to see the new Aliens movie, and in 4DX. I was like, you know what? Let me look at this. I hadn't looked at the price or whatever, so I checked it out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take him to see it because he had no idea that we were doing it, and he certainly had no idea that the movie theater was going to have seats that move. So, get in the theater. They start, and I'm explaining to him like that kid was living his best life yesterday. Okay, so we get there, we go in, we buy the concessions, and he loves nachos, so I was just going to get him nachos. But then I saw on the little menu as it was going through the options that there was this thing where you can get half nachos, half hot Cheetos. I knew he would want that, so we got him that. He got a big ass blue icy that he drank half of.
Well, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. So
at least he had half of it. That's actually kind of impressive.
He polished off half of it, and so we're going in there, and I'm explaining like, yeah, we're these are this because he's gotten used to because we pretty much only go to the theater we went to today.
Yeah.
So he's used to like the reclining seats, and those seats don't do that. So. We go and sit down, and he's like, so what's with this? So I'm explaining, like, they're going to move. I didn't realize how intense it was going to be. We'll get to that.
Should have tested that first.
Well, I mean, he was fine. He enjoyed it. But it was shocking to me is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, so I'm telling him, like, yeah, they're going to move. There's going to be water. He's like, water? I was like, you can turn it off. It's not a big deal. So, well, my nachos are going to get wet. I was like, they're going to be gone before the movie starts.
You better hope they are.
So we sit down. We got in the movie theater about 20 minutes before the movie starts. He's like, whoa. So he finishes off his food. He takes it out and leaves the cup in the thing. I put my cup, because I got a big soda. It wasn't like a slushy. So I put my cup on the floor next to the seat because I was like, I'm not trying to wear this fucking thing.
That's how you did it. Got it. I was wondering how you did that.
Yeah. So movie finally starts. And the trailers start before the movie. And then the very last trailer that plays is for the new Deadpool. The seats move to that. So it was funny because like the music's playing, the seats are swaying the whole nine. And I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking that was as intense as it was going to be. Not thinking about the fact that we're going to see a movie that has fucking tornadoes in it. So let me just explain, and I'm not going to spoil anything in this movie. Can you spoil a fucking movie about tornadoes?
Let me guess. Tornadoes come and rip things apart. And maybe there's a cow flying around. Was there a cow flying? Cow fly?
No, I did not.
Did anybody strap themselves to a pipe? To a pipe.
There were pipes involved. No one strapped anybody to a pipe, but
it's definitely not the original.
No. But there was no cow flying around. So there was a very cool. I will say this: if you liked the first one, I have a
fun fact about that movie.
Okay.
When you're done.
Okay. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. Not really any overt connection to the original, which I was kind of shocked. I figured that there was going to be like the main character was going to be the kid of the main characters from the first one, but that didn't happen. So the first like tornado scene, which of course is pretty quick, but I mean, even when they're driving, the shit's moving. Anytime it was raining, there was like not consistent, but the water was coming, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so the first tornado scene happens, and it's pretty intense, and it was, I mean, moving the shit out of everybody. Even me, I'm like, oh goddamn, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And so the very first one kicks off, and we're like in the middle of that scene where they're driving. It wasn't even like the tornado, like the crazy tornado part, but they're driving away from it. And my kid yells at the top of his lungs in the theater, loud enough for it to be over the audio of the movie, "We need seatbelts!" And I about pissed myself laughing.
Did you have to like dad arm him?
No, I never had to dad arm him, but the first two like legit scenes, he grabbed onto mine, where he like locked onto my arm and just held on. And then after that, I'm not lying, like I think it was the third scene with the tornadoes, he went like this. right before it kicked off, he went like this and put his feet straight up. He was just enjoying the ride.
That's so funny.
But no, it was a lot of fun. I will say this much. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about the movie because
I haven't seen it.
But
we'll fix that.
At this point, I think that is the only way I want to see any movie that has any kind of crazy action scenes, any like disaster movie or anything like that. That's the way to go, in my opinion, now, because it's pretty immersive. Like lightning strikes or the electric poles are getting knocked out and there's like flashes of light and all that shit. So it was a really, really cool experience. But yeah, so I was planning on saying it on the recording just to get the reaction, because the reaction I got was,
oh, cool. You took your kid, not me. That's fucking cool.
Sick invite.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I would have wanted to go. Yeah, he also told me I went and saw this movie with my son in 4DX, and but it was like $20 a ticket. I'm like, we make grown-up money now.
I mean, no, I was just mentioning that fact. I
probably wouldn't have got as many snacks as I did today. I went ham.
No, and that was so that was the thing, right? I had popcorn, and I'm like, it's a good thing I did not have that, because I would have worn that entire, like, do not, if you're gonna go see any movie in 4DX, do not make sure any of those snacks are done, or at least to the point where you can put them on the floor.
Do they have
because
do they have alcohol?
Yes, they have like a, well, I don't know about the Ontario location, but the Temecula one had like a little mini bar in front of it, like in the lobby.
That's so dangerous. I can barely. Well, we know that I can slip on ice.
Yeah, that's true. But you managed to not spill hot cocoa, which is magical.
That was pretty nice.
I'm still not sure how you pulled that off.
Me neither. Actually, I have a good idea of how I didn't spill it. Well, that's cool. And then today we saw Longlegs.
Yeah, so about that.
Jesus Christ.
Now, on this one, because we have both seen it, there's a mild spoiler alert. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could ruin this movie, but here's the thing.
Can you really spoil it, though?
I don't think you can. I wouldn't even call this a twist.
Oh, wait. Your fun fact about Twisters.
Oh, yes.
This is a fun fact about Glenn Powell, actually, the guy that plays in Twisters. And if you saw Anyone But You, he's also in that, which I really like that movie, so surprisingly. His mom and dad are in the movie.
Really?
There's a part where they're in I don't know if they're, because I haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. There's a part where they're sitting in like grandstands. So they're at like a rodeo.
Yeah, it's the rodeo scene.
And him and the girl are sitting directly behind him, or his mom and dad.
Oh, no shit.
And
okay.
And he said they've been in every movie since Spy Kids 3 when he was in that.
That's funny.
So they're somewhere in all his movies, and now I must find them in all his movies.
That was an intense scene.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
I am, but if you see it in 4DX,
does mom and dad get yeeted by the Twister?
That motherfucker was moving.
Here's the thing too with that scene. I'm thinking that we have to see Deadpool that way, Deadpool and Wolverine,
right?
But I don't know if we see Deadpool and Wolverine the normal people way first.
The normal people way,
or
the broke nigga way. I said it just so we're clear.
I want to make it very clear that you cannot see my mouth.
Ooh, speaking of the N-word, though.
Oh, no.
So...
are you going to talk about when you got here?
So, hey, listen, I'm...
Shut the fuck up.
I can't help it, all right? So, this morning, well, yesterday we discussed the plans for today, right? Mm-hmm. And so this morning I had to go somewhere else. And that went relatively quick.
Very, oddly enough, very quick.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I text her. I was like, hey, are you up? She's like, yep. I'm like, all right. So I'm on my way. I may
not have lied to you.
I'm like, I'm on my way over. I'm heading from the area that I was at, right? Not that I care that you know, but it's not important.
Well, we don't like to say our city.
It's not really integral to the story. The point is I was, I don't know, 15, 20-ish minutes away. Yeah. Give or take.
Yeah, I forgot it was Sunday too, so there was no traffic.
Yeah, it wasn't like there was a bunch of traffic on the road. So she's like, well, I got to take a shower. I was like, okay, well, you should have time because I'm just now leaving from over here. So get to her house, pull into her driveway, get in her house, and she's still in the shower. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I sit in her living room, and I know I'm sure we've referenced it before in the 100 some odd episodes that we've recorded, but for a guy my size, I can be surprisingly quiet.
Oh my God. And you blend in, which is crazy.
So come into our house and like, you know, people are still asleep and all this. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm just going to be
People
quiet.
are still sleeping currently because people work nights.
So I sit on a chair in her living room and I'm just messing around on my phone. But I don't like the phone audio isn't on. I'm just trying to be quiet. So I'm just sitting there scrolling. I wasn't paying attention. I was just out of the corner of my eye, saw her like come out of her room. So she comes out of her room. She goes to like this little area right outside of the door, and she's like putting her glasses on and shit. I figured the fact that she like, I don't know. I guess I figured she saw me, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm just scrolling through my phone. I like look up and look over in her direction. She doesn't have her glasses on, but she's fucking. I was like, all right, cool. And
Not that I wouldn't be able to see you either way. I could see without
right.
them.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying.
I'm telling them.
So she looks over. She's, oh shit.
I clutched my fucking pearls.
She proceeded to say nigga twice, which
is unusual for me.
Is very unusual.
It's rare. I don't. But
for clarification for any of y'all that listen, that may possibly be offended because you know
I'm white.
Reasons. She has been given the pass by me.
But not just him.
Yes, multiple. But I'm just saying me. So I have given her free reign to say that. And she doesn't like abuse it, so it's not like it's a big deal. But it doesn't bother me, right? So she dropped it twice, and I was like, you've heard my laugh on this fucking show. I almost passed out because I was trying not to laugh as loud as normal because it was fucking hilarious. I'm pretty sure she shit her pants a little bit. Like, surprisingly, she clutched the pearls and everything.
Oh my God. The crazy part is right behind him, I have like bookshelves. And they're similar color to him.
Yeah, it's true.
But he's sitting in a tan chair. Like a off-white
I don't think you could see it because of the way the camera is, but I have red shorts on. Very bright red shirts.
And for some reason, I did not notice him right away. And then I was like, somebody's watching me. And I looked and I was like, oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Which would have made, if the movie we saw was better, it would have made it even more hilarious.
I did that, yeah.
So
yeah, that scared the shit out of
me. Again, spoiler for this.
That's okay.
Potential spoiler.
Yesterday, no, it was the day before. It was Friday. Mm-hmm. Friday, Rachel and I, well, whatever. I think I've said her name before.
Yes, you have.
Rachel and
Same way I've said Corbin's name, but either way.
Rachel and I went out to go do some stuff. And then we were out late, weirdly enough. We were home by 10 because it's late. That's late for me now.
No, that's late.
And
we're fucking old. What do you want?
We pulled in the driveway and we get out of the car. And for some reason, I don't know why she was standing there. But my mom, who lives 50 feet away from me, opened the door and said, "Oh, you guys are finally home?" And scared the shit out of both of us. And I said, "God damn it, you can't fucking stop doing that shit." She used to do that in my room. My door would automatically shut to my room. It wouldn't shut all the way, but it would shut.
Yeah.
And she would like pop in and be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "Fucking Christ." And it was fucking constant. Anytime she opened the door, I was like, ugh. I'm not even that scared of a person.
I know.
But like, she, for some reason, and I was like, bitch, you gotta knock. Like, you gotta fucking.
Can you put a fucking cowbell on or something?
You need to put some bells on, bitch, so I can hear you coming. My fucking mother.
Right,
so she scared the shit out of me the other night, too.
I don't want to burn too much time on this movie.
Well, there's not much to burn. Let me tell you.
But listen, I'm not saying it was bad. It wasn't awful.
It wasn't terrible. Was it worth it to go see it? Yes.
But
they did hype it up.
They hyped, like, the hype train on this movie is so high. And so I've seen other people say, okay, it's overhyped. It's not bad, but it's overhyped. And I'm like, you know what? Let me judge for myself because I
don't like to listen.
I've seen
people.
Some of those things, right? And I typically don't listen to unless I know them personally or really trust their opinion.
People shit on the Marvels, and I actually didn't hate it. Now, would I pay to see it more than once? No.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one. I'm actually relatively behind. I finally saw Loki. I finally watched the second season of Loki.
Oh, that's good.
So I got that done. I think I never did finish Captain the one with the girl. The
one with the girl.
The Captain Marvel show. Not
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. That I never finished that one.
That was a good one. You watched She-Hulk?
Yes, we've talked about that one.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually liked She-Hulk. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I actually enjoyed it.
I like Tatiana Maslany.
And I
think she's very pretty.
still think, in the grand scheme of what Marvel's put out that I've watched, Loki is still at the top of that.
I really loved WandaVision.
WandaVision was very close behind it, but Loki's at the top for me.
Loki, I don't know what it is about that. It's really good, but I also don't know if it's because it's male driven. Because it's a male driven show, and typically, and I'm not saying this is true, but all the movies that have been shit on, think about it,
have
or
been
shows,
female driven.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
The Marvels. She-Hulk.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, I mean, same thing can be said. A lot of fandoms are very male dominated, which isn't necessarily a bad thing by any stretch. I'm not saying that. But
no one shit on Thor 3.
And they should have, because that movie was fucking god awful. I'm sorry. I walked in with the highest of hopes for that movie.
Thor was probably worse to me than Ragnarok. I liked Ragnarok.
No, we're talking about Love and Thunder.
I'm sorry, Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
Ragnarok is
Thor: The Dark World is still the worst. Yeah. Probably the worst Marvel movie.
It has to be.
I would have to say it was
so bad.
Yeah. And I wasn't even the biggest fan of the first Thor movie, but the second one was fucking god awful. Ragnarok was the best, hands down. And I went in with such high hopes for Love and Thunder, and Love and Thunder.
It was a lot of comedy.
I didn't mind parts of it, but just still.
I just really like Valkyrie.
But anyway,
sorry, Love and Thunder. Yeah,
this movie was very overhyped. A lot of people kind of, I didn't see this. I don't know if I saw this for sure, but a lot of people were kind of making like Silence of the Lambs comparisons, not references, but comparisons. Like it's on that level. And I was like, so I'm walking in expecting, all right, like I can see Nick Cage playing a serial killer very well. And he did fine. I'm not knocking him. He plays creepy
very well lately.
Very fucking well. Like,
at least it wasn't the bees scene.
Well,
not the bees. Wicker Man. Go see Wicker Man. If you haven't watched Wicker Man, go watch that piece of shit.
It was a good movie, but I just think it was too fucking overhyped. Like I walked in expecting more than what it was, and it wasn't bad, but it was predictable. It was very slow.
I predicted it. And I told you my prediction.
Yes.
You said, what's your theory? And I said, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he didn't say anything. And then sure as shit, I was like, I gotta stop watching Scooby-Doo's. That's how it came out.
No, because it's very set up to point in the direction that it is.
It's blatantly obvious.
It's just entirely too obvious that it's connected the way that it is. And yeah, so I mean, and it's another one of those where they didn't do a good enough job, in my opinion. They didn't do a good enough job to give away but not give away. Basically, the big bad is the devil, for lack of a better term. They don't really set that up. It's not that I needed an explanation on how the little fucking silver ball was working.
I figured that out.
But it was... No, I mean, I get... What I'm saying is...
We didn't need to.
There was no...
We got mansplained.
There was no, like, breakdown of how he possessed this to do that. Like, it was just fucking weird. Like, so, yeah. I think I just walked in with too high of expectations, and I tried to walk in with low expectations, but I think I just walked in with too high. I don't regret seeing it. Like, I don't regret, but it was good. It was just,
What I wish they would have done better was in the beginning of the movie, you only see his mouth.
Right.
Which is fine, and his body. I wish they would have kept that going until the room scene.
Yeah.
When he does his whole thing with his face.
Yeah. I think that would have...
Because I thought that's what was going to happen, and then you see it, and you're like, okay, that's not as shocking.
And even then, like...
as they made it to be.
The scenes with him did nothing to push the character.
They did nothing to drive the story.
Nothing at all. Like, it was just there to show him.
It was almost like they just needed to put Nick Cage
random scene, and I mean, I get where they're making the connection to a degree, but they still didn't. They didn't do anything to thread that needle, like.
And they didn't do anything to make him.
There's this one scene where he walks into this random hardware store.
Like, why?
And
why did we
again,
see
like,
that?
why was that there? Why was it necessary? I get why it was necessary. I understand what they were driving, but it still, they didn't thread. It was just very fucking loose. Yeah. So it was just very fucking loose. And like all of the big reveals at the end didn't hit home. Like, even if you didn't see the very obvious connection, it didn't hit hard the way that it should have, even if you didn't. Like
now on that effect, I think the other movie that we want to see is going to do that, because I can't put that one together yet off of trailers.
You're talking about Trap? Yeah. That other one, which I don't remember the name of it right now, but the other one where you said add it to the list and then you said never mind.
Yes.
I think that, yeah, there's some decent stuff coming on the horizon, which oddly enough, I was like just having this conversation about like movies and how it's not that they've fallen off. It's just
must have been with one of your other friends.
No, it wasn't even with a friend. It was with my mother.
That's been a long conversation.
So it was just the conversation of how like almost all movies that actually touch the box office that stay there for any amount of like stay in theaters for any amount of time are either a sequel or related to some kind of IP, like not really an original thing. And any of the original stuff that has come out that has been interesting, they take it out of the theater so damn fast you can't go see it. So like there was a movie came out, Boy Kills World. I wanted to see it. I actually wanted to see it in the theater. It was it may have been connected to some kind of comic book or some shit. I don't know, but it just looked interesting. The story was interesting. I was like, okay, I want to go see that. And then by the time I had the time, it was already fucking gone. Whereas other movies that are connected to some big, be it Disney or some other big IP, stay in there way fucking longer than they should or need to. So it's one of those where like any kind of, I guess, original thought movie, I'm like, okay, if it has enough, I'll want to go see it. But the trailer, of course, has to hook you in. So like there was some trailer for some Adam Driver flick. It had Adam Driver, Lawrence Fishburne,
a bunch of people in it.
Bunch of fucking people. But my experience anymore is if there's some massive cast, it's going to probably be a shit movie, because almost every movie in the last 15 years that has like all of these A-list actors in it has been god fucking awful.
Well, except for Oppenheimer. But
I don't even think that wasn't the biggest name in that movie. Truthfully, if you want to break it down to that,
is Robert.
Robert Downey Jr. is the biggest name in that movie. Cillian Murphy's big, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But not to that level. So it wasn't really like an ensemble cast type of movie.
Yeah, because Florence is in it.
Yeah. So I mean it's but even then Florence Pugh was like,
she's in it very small, yeah.
Like it wasn't like some big portion of the movie. It was focused literally on Cillian Murphy.
You know who has a good, well, I guess you wouldn't really call that an ensemble cast though, is Hidden Figures.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't call that ensemble either.
But I'm talking got a lot like of good people in it too.
Like what movie 43, Amsterdam, like
movie 43.
I'm just pulling movies that horrible I know that movie. Just fucking terrible, but they had so many big names in it. You're like, oh, this is going to be great, and then you're like, it's fucking awful. They're just expecting the star power to drive it,
Well, and it looks interesting, but I don't get it yet. That movie with Adam Driver. I have no
so maybe
clue
another trailer will come, but it's like the trailer's driving home all these visuals and futuristic looking shit, and I'm sorry, it's just coming across as Avatar to me.
Oh no, not this again.
I'm not going to go on it. I'm just saying again. That was. You could feel whatever way you feel about it, but I'm not the only one that thinks that way.
You know what else is coming to the movie theater soon?
What?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, that fucking rewind shit that they do at the theaters.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, and they're also so the Galaxy Theaters.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Galaxy Theaters, which is the theater that we go to. I know they have other locations, but they do this rewind shit every month, where like every Sunday and Wednesday they have some like old movie and put it back on the big screen. So That's why she's mentioning Dirty Dancing. They had the two Deathly Hallows Harry Potter movies.
Those would be cool to see again.
Smokey and the Bandit, like that type of shit, right? But then at the very end, they mention that they're bringing back the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, the extended editions.
Do you understand how long you'll be
there? That's a 4.5 hour movie.
Now, I've done a marathon. I did a marathon once at the movie theater, but that was to see Black Panther and then Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Because they were doing a special thing.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I'm chilly. They were doing a special thing, and then so you paid. It was relatively priced as well.
Yeah.
And so you got 2.5 hour movies, 2 of them back to back.
Yeah.
That was fine.
But that's
2.5 hours
movies
with a lot of action.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot in Lord of the Rings.
But really only
Jesus.
like 2 towers.
That's barely got anything in it.
Probably the bigger end of the action because of the end. And then Return of the King has probably the most action.
But the Fellowship is going to be... that is going to be brutal to watch.
Like...
That is just them walking.
I would rather... I mean, listen...
They're walking
and I'm a fan of the Lord of the Rings, okay? I've read the books.
Of course, you have your fucking nerd.
I've watched the movies, okay? And I mentioned it in the theater. I'm like, that's a 4.5 hour movie. The longest recorded piss in history I've ever taken was at the end of Return of the King, okay? We went to go see that when it came out. We went to go see it on Christmas fucking Day that year.
Wow.
I had the big holy shit size soda, right? Polished that bitch off. That movie's long as fuck, okay? We're not even talking the extended edition. I had to pee like bad. Let's see, right before Frodo finally gets to Mount Doom, okay? So I'm thinking, he's about to throw that ring in there. We got about 15 minutes and this shit's about to be over.
No. It's like another hour.
There were 17 fucking endings at the end of this movie. And my bladder expanded 17 different times that day because I was just like, oh, is it over yet? I don't want to miss anything, but I got to go. Like, I'm going to piss my pants. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I was still young and all of those muscles were still working really well, I probably would have pissed my pants. Like...
You're getting really hyped about this.
No, bro, it was so fucking bad.
You know what we're gonna
and
go
then
see?
I went to and then I went
to the extended versions.
I ran to the bathroom.
Wow, pussy.
Put fucking as soon as the first
I'd have pissed in the cup.
The first set of I was with my family.
Still would have pissed in the
cup. That would have been a fucking modern marvel for you to piss in a cup in a movie theater.
Not me.
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
You have an appendage.
Correct. So
I'd have to suction cup that bitch.
I ran to the bathroom, and it felt like it was never going to stop.
But it probably felt
oh God.
What a UTI.
Listen, I don't know how it works for women, but for men, there's times where we have a piss that's on par, just shy of an orgasm. Like
100%. We have this.
Slap the wall, fucking type of piss. And yeah, but it was one of those where like I was just standing there and standing there and standing there and it just didn't stop. And when I finally was like, so my uncle was with me. Well, my uncle, my mom, I don't remember who I was there, but I know them for sure because he walked in the bathroom with me. Went in there, he came after me because I ran, remember? So ran to the bathroom. I'm in there. I had started. I was about 2-3 seconds into like finally peeing. He comes in behind me, goes to the bathroom, does his thing, comes out, washes his hand, leaves, and I still wasn't anywhere near being done. Like that's how long this was. Breaking news.
I'm listening to you.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, my cousin's best friend texted and asked me if I'm okay because of the fire. Like it's not that close to us.
Yeah, we're in fire season in Southern California because
that's what happens. We just burn it all to the ground and grow it back up.
And it's funny because we had a shitload of rain this last winter.
Everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna be all better.
We're gonna be good. It's gonna be green." It was super green until it stopped raining for 2 fucking weeks, and then back to brown. And here we are with everything burning again. So, Anyway, so yeah. Listen, if you want to see Longlegs, but by all means,
tangent.
Yeah, I know. This is how this happens. You guys are used to this by now.
It was okay.
But it wasn't like You could also wait. Like I'm not gonna. It's not like you have to go see it in the theater. If you really want to watch it,
there was nothing that the theater brought to it.
No, you could literally just wait until It's on streaming. You don't even have to like.
It was whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I still liked Late Night with the Devil more than she did, but I thought that one was better.
I said it was.
Yeah.
I did say that.
Yeah. So.
I did say that was better.
Anyway, all of that aside, I have one quick thing.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not quick. It's like, it's something I scrolled across that I was like, you know what? I'm curious.
Are you?
So
I don't like when you get curious.
So it's something we haven't done in a while, but luckily it's not something you need to see. It's just something you need to hear.
Just make sure it won't blow my eardrums out.
It's a TikTok. I promise nothing.
Test it.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be hard to do.
Let's test it.
Hey, come here.
All right, you're good.
Look, I've been hearing a lot.
So that's not the one.
Can you hear it in your ears real well? Because it sounds like it's coming from the laptop.
Hey, come here.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Look, I've been hearing.
Okay, so
about me and Jordan.
I'll turn it on. I think it'll be a lot louder on the other one. But so it's oddly enough. So we were pooping at the same time.
Again,
and today before we started recording. And so I was scrolling and came across this thing, and I was like, you know what? This would be a good like debatable thing. But this thing is like almost 3 minutes. So it's going to be 3 minutes to listen to this dude talk. It's one of those, like, I'm sure you've all seen it, be it Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, what the fuck ever, where someone's narrating a Reddit story. So it's going to be something like that. But I just want to hear how you would feel. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And it would lead to another conversation that I thought would be interesting, but I think that one would be more fitted into something where we had guests and stuff, because I think it would be more opinions would be interesting on that one, but this one, not so much. So
I caught feelings for my friend after we both became single, but she wanted a hot girl summer before settling down. Now that summer's over, she wants to date, but I lost all romantic interest. Our friends think I should apologize and give her a chance, but I can't. I have this friend. She's nice looking, outgoing, and funny. We met in school and hit it off as friends, hanging out together or as a group, and sometimes with my girlfriend and her boyfriend a few times a week. We were never single at the same time, so I never really thought of her romantically. I noticed she was attractive, but that was it. After my girlfriend and I broke up, and a few months later, she broke up with her boyfriend. We started hanging out about 4 days a week because most of our friends were paired off. I didn't realize I was starting to catch feelings for her until someone pointed out that I had stopped dating and approaching other women. It really hit me when she went on a few dates, and I felt jealous. So, I sat her down and told her that I had noticed I was becoming interested in her and hated seeing her go on dates with other guys. I wanted to see if dating would be as cool as our friendship. At first, she smiled with big, happy, excited eyes, but then her smile turned unsure. She explained that she had thought about it too and was interested in giving it a try, but not until the end of the summer. Confused, I asked why the end of the summer. She explained that she was in her hoe phase, her words, and wanted to have a summer of fun before settling down. The rest of that day was awkward, and I cut things short. When she asked, I told her we were fine, but my pride was bruised, and I felt disappointed. Still, I assured her we were definitely still friends. I have to admit, the second she chose potentially random hookups over a relationship, all romantic feelings died. I wasn't mad at her, she did nothing wrong, but my view of her changed, and she was forever in the friend zone for me. I took a few days to process my feelings, and we started hanging out again, but it was different. I only saw her as a friend and wasn't interested in spending as much time with her as before. I started dating other girls again, and there were no hard feelings. I genuinely enjoyed being around her, just like before when we both had significant others. Anyway, one night we were out as a group, and we all had a few drinks. She said, "Hey, good news, summer's almost over." Oblivious to what she meant, I replied, "That sucks. I love summer," and got distracted by other conversations. I noticed she was cold towards me the rest of the night. October rolled around, and she wanted to have lunch, just the two of us. We met up and had a great talk about our summer. She talked about all the guys she dated over the summer, steering the conversation to us. She wanted to let me know she was ready to settle into a relationship and wanted to revisit our earlier conversation. I told her it was cool, that I valued our friendship, and thought we should stay just friends. She wanted to know what had changed and wouldn't let it go. So, I had to be honest. I told her that her choice to put me on the back burner for hot girl summer was hurtful. If she really liked me, she would have wanted to be in a relationship with me. She said she knew we would be the real thing and needed to get through her hoe phase to give us an honest shot. I explained that her decision to potentially get run through by a bunch of strangers instead of starting something real with me made me feel like she didn't actually feel about me the way she thought she did. I accepted that and stayed friends with her with no hard feelings. But the second she chose to put me on the back burner, I lost all romantic feelings for her forever because it felt like she was shopping around all summer and then settled on me. And I am nobody's backup plan. She got mad, stopped talking to me, and our friends think I should apologize and give her a chance. But those feelings just aren't there. I caught
That's one of them Reddit stories. AI fucking Reddit stories.
That one sounds more believable than some of the other ones I've listened to. The crazy thing about it is AI can write some really intriguing shit, because I will certainly look for the next parts, because I'm like, all right, well, I know this probably isn't true. And sometimes you can tell, because it'll go to like part 2 and they won't be related like completely. So you could definitely tell when it's like AI and not real. But that one sounds that like there's some legitimacy there for it. So
I like that.
I'm curious.
Hot Girl Summer.
I'm curious, right? That made me laugh.
You did go
I don't
through a
know.
phase.
I've been through 2. We've talked about that at length.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Sure.
So
Go ahead.
on one end of this, my curiosity is twofold. So being that we're both on different spectrums with sexuality,
Kind of on the same one.
on the same one, but different, right? So like, I feel like, I feel like maybe the way guys feel versus the way girls feel, regardless of if you're into guys or girls, right?
Sure.
I feel like maybe there's a difference there. Mm-hmm. Just the way that our brains function on that, right? So my curiosity is...
Peek it. Go ahead.
How would you react if you were in his shoes?
Same way.
Right. And then, like, that's the part that I'm wondering, because while I understand, as someone who's had hoe phases...
I have not.
While I understand...
Maybe I did.
Well, I understand the thought process of hot girl summer, I guess. Being in the streets, whatever you want to call it. While I understand that, and can honestly say that in that second one that I went through, I absolutely had somebody kind of play the same card of, well, I'm catching feelings, but the difference here is that one, the one I'm thinking of anyway, that started physically, and I had the conversation of, this is all this is for me, and are you cool? Yeah, I'm cool. All right, cool. So I'm thinking everything's on the same page, and then that was the conversation. She wanted to go out and eat somewhere. I was like, all right, let's go. And then she hit me with the whole, I'm starting to catch feelings. Like, where is this going? Can this go anywhere? And I very much was like, I mean, I appreciate that, but no, because that's not what I'm after right now. Now, I did not spin the block after I was done, because completely understood. Like, even if that was something I was interested in, as far as potentially seeing where that could go, I literally just told you, no, I'm too busy fucking. So why would I spin the block, right? Like, why would I come back and go, hey, I'm done fucking everybody else. You want to give it a run? Like, like, I feel like...
I've been tested, bitch. I'm good.
Like, I feel like that's just a weird thought process to go, like, someone tells you, okay? And,
it is.
And you could... I don't want to make this a girl versus guy thought process on this, right?
I like it though. Do it, because girl versus guy. That's
like,
what the show is.
Let's just. I feel like, and I could be wrong.
He's got feelings,
but I feel like, and don't come after me for this. This is completely debatable. I'm just telling you the way that I view it personally. I feel like that's only a girl thing to do. I feel like that's only a girl thing to do. And this is as someone who's been on the other end of that too, of like, hey, you know what? We've been hanging out. I'm really kind of into you. What do you think? Well, you know, I just want to kind of weigh my options. Not necessarily I'm having hot girl summer, but I've heard a similar statement. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but don't, like, you expect me to just sit back here and be the dick in a glass case, like the boyfriend, the emergency boyfriend, when you're done, like... running the fucking streets? Like, is that what you're expecting out of me?
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. I don't think...
I can see that.
The guys do fucked up shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we don't. We absolutely do.
You're notorious for it.
But I think guys do different type of fucked up shit.
This gets into that very... he's a playa, she's a hoe kind of a situation.
Right, which don't agree with. I want to throw that out there. If regardless of what genitalia you have,
you can be a player.
You want to go out there and get your dick wet,
Get your dick wet.
Go get your dick wet. I am all in support of that. My only time that I would call anybody a hoe, guy or girl, is if you're not honest with the people that you're fucking around with.
Now,
That's
we
the
call
only
one of our guy friends a hoe.
Absolutely. That's the only time that I will say that. If you're not being just 100% with the person, like, hey, this is strictly physical, or however the fuck you word that, like, that's my only thing. If you're just out there to get your dick wet, go get your dick wet. But tell them, hey, this is all this is, and I'm cool with you. I don't have any judgment on your end of things. But if you're like pretending, guy or girl, don't care, that it's not just that. Like you have multiple people out there, that's fucked up. And then you're a hoe. Like guy or girl, I don't care, you're a hoe. So I was like, I heard that and I'm like, I'm just curious. Like, how would you feel about that situation? If you're, you know,
I've kind of been there. Same with you.
Right. So like your things didn't work out. The timing was never right. The fucking stars never aligned right with you and some other person. And you're like, well, okay, now we're both single. Let's see where this goes. And then they're like, well, you know, maybe later. Well, now I just feel again like so no other better option is out there. So you know I'm all reliable. So let's go back to you. Like that's fucked up.
It is. It is. I've been in that exact situation.
So I was just like, that's.
And then when you do get in a relationship, that they turn around and be like, "You're desperate."
Oh, dude. Though that's the I think the
I'm like,
most.
oh, but you could go around and fuck everybody.
That's
okay.
That's the crazy part, right? So those same people that. You are, because in all fairness, that dude was at least honest. Like, hey, this is how this felt. I'm good. Then she gets mad. How the fuck do you have the right to be mad at him for being honest with you and saying, well, I don't want to be the backup plan, so I'm cool. Like,
this took a huge turn. That's fun. Hey, did we tell you that we went to a comedy show?
I don't think we did talk about that.
I just want to point out that while at a comedy show. Oh, it doesn't say it. Actually, does it? No. We saw some people.
Yeah. So we went to go see
Brad.
We did go see Brad Williams. That was the headliner that we went to go see, which was at the Improv.
Yes.
Of course, any of you that have gone to see live comedy before probably know how this works. In most cases, not all, because I have seen some live performers that don't have openers, but for the most part, they typically have an opener.
Yes. And we had
and then
some good
occasionally
ones.
There's like a host and an opener, so there's like a couple of people performing.
We had a good three.
Yes.
We had two. We had the host opener.
And then we had his featured opener, and then him.
And the guy that we saw was Quincy Weekly, and that man was funny as shit.
Yes, he was.
He's a big black man.
Yes, he is.
Who talks like Oprah. Now, he said some jokes where I kept looking at Jordan. He's like, you need to shut the fuck up. I was like, bitch, that's you.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was definitely a lot.
He had this joke that was, the punchline is this, and I have the sticker so I can read it verbatim. And I had him sign it. And I got a shirt from him, too, because I liked him so much. He said, I look like a little girl made a wish for her teddy bear to be real. Yeah. I walked up to that man and said, I am the little girl who made a wish, and her teddy bear became real. Not only that, when Brad Williams was doing his set,
so
this got very interesting very quickly for us.
First of all, anybody who's seen Brad Williams, he's fucking hilarious. Now, let me to preface this, the whole, not that I wouldn't have seen him live had somebody else said something, but the whole premise of us going as a group to see him, when we were at Universal, he was there.
Yep,
we made contact with him, took pictures with him the whole night.
We talked to him.
And then very nice guy. Very nice guy. Very, very nice.
Approachable.
And on top of that, later on, the same day in the park, we crossed paths with him again, and he was like, oh, yeah, like, so very nice person. So I jokingly said, because I will randomly check who's coming to the Improv, because I like seeing comedy live. And
he also told us, too bad my show sold out tonight, or else I'd give you guys tickets.
Right.
And we're like, God damn, that'd be cool to be like, we're in another state on the other side of the country. That would be pretty neat. So the whole joke was like, we should go see him live and then see if he remembers us, and if he doesn't, still just bring it up. But spoiler alert, he did not remember. He did not remember us.
Not that that's an issue, but fucker, I mean, that was almost a year ago.
I will tell you this: it's very hard to forget you, because you saw Steve
3 times.
3 times, and all 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, minus the first one.
The first
other two times he remembered you from years ago.
Yeah.
And he did say, if I knew you were here, I'd have brought your ass back
the
up
first,
on stage.
I did see him 3 times live. Steve Byrne.
Steve Byrne.
The first time I saw him and the second time I saw him, I got pulled on stage for his last bit, which was he creates this boy band, and you have to essentially perform for a random person that he pulls out of the crowd. And oddly enough, both times my name in the boy band was Romeo Horsecock. So...
I forgot about that part.
But in any case, the third time we went to go see him. So the first 2 times I went to go see him, I was in like that front section of the Improv where you can see everybody really well.
Yes.
The second time, some of the people that went with us got there late as fuck, so we were a little further back, couldn't see us. But we went, like he did he said goodbye to everybody as they were leaving, and he was like, "I wish I'd known you were here. I would have pulled you on stage." I was like, "Yeah, but you couldn't see me."
It was dark back there.
It was dark back there. But anyway, so Brad's in the middle of his set, and he's telling a story. I'm not going to tell the story because typically with these comedians, when they are at these clubs, they are working out new material for their eventual special. So I'm not going to ruin the material. I'm not going to say what the joke was. But ultimately, at one point, he picks a random name off of the top of his head. I don't know if he used this name multiple times and that's why it stuck, or if it was just a lark. I don't fucking know. But we were in the very front of the stage. We were like, so there's chairs and tables, and then there's booths right behind that. So we're in the booths.
Right.
And he points in our fucking direction.
Like at one person in particular, and says, "Shut the fuck up, Rachel." And we lost it. To the point that we're so fucking loud and we're crying laughing that he goes, "Fuck, is someone named Rachel over there?" And then we all just point at our Rachel.
Yeah, right at Rachel.
And he's like, "Of all the fucking names to pick." So then we go to the meet and greet. We do a meet and greet with them. We talked to Quincy. We talked to all of them. And we got pictures with them all. And then as we go up to Brad, he's signing stuff. And I'm like, "Well, this is Rachel, Brad." And he's like, "I'm really fucking sorry." And then I said, "Hey, I'm going to buy up pretty much all your shit. Can you write 'Shut the fuck up, Rachel' on something?" So I got this dwarf koozie. And he wrote, Shut the fuck up, Rachel, and signed it. So I have that in a poster. What I wanted him to do was I wanted to give my dad this, but he's not getting it now. But I wanted him to put it on the poster, but he accidentally put it on the koozie. No big deal. I didn't mind. But that was probably the funniest shit we've ever. And then I look over at Rachel and she looked so offended. She's like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Shut the fuck up.
So then the whole night, we just kept telling her to shut the fuck up.
The whole night. It was just randomly somebody would, "Shut the fuck up, Rachel."
I would lean over every once in a while and be like, "Shut the fuck up, Rachel." Shut the fuck up.
Good times.
That was fun. We've done some fun stuff.
Yeah, we've been trying to get out so we have shit to talk about, but then we just don't fucking record because
it's too fucking hot to go anywhere.
Yeah, there's that. It's been hot as balls. Like, worse than usual. There was a week and a half straight where we were in triple digits every fucking day, and that's just got awful.
And I was at work for most of those.
Same. I mean, I was in an office, but still.
But we have been gaming together.
Yeah.
We did come up with an idea. Did I say that on here?
You did.
I did.
Yeah. I still see. So here's the thing. I want to make a point of this. She has mentioned on 2 movies that we've watched that they're just so fucking slow.
This one was one of them.
And that's fine.
It was.
But that's a further reason why I think she needs to watch the movie that she does not want to watch, because that one is not slow.
No.
And it's a million miles a minute.
They have not.
3 minutes in. I know that. I'm just making a point.
Supposed to do.
You want fucking content. I'm just saying y'all got to get likes on that video so we can make the content. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
I did. This is so random. Mm-hmm. So I was at work the other day and I was just talking to some employees, just having like great conversations. And I mentioned that somehow we got on the Pocky one chip thing.
Oh,
I said, "I fucking ate that chip." They're like, "No, you fucking didn't." I said, "It's on the internet." The during and then the aftermath.
And then the after, yeah.
So I showed them that video and then they were like, "We're going to have to fucking listen. Like, we're going to have to watch your fucking videos." So, hi guys. You better fucking be watching, bitches. And don't you go try to figure out what movie we're talking about to go back there and fucking help me out. I don't need that kind of help.
It's on
I will write
that
you up.
episode.
I will write you up.
That out
I will
there.
write you the fuck up.
All you have to do is get the likes there, people. That's it.
What was it that you agreed to?
25.
Ugh.
25 likes. That's all we need.
That's going to be a long day for me.
I know, but the content. You might actually vomit.
Yeah. Probably.
Anyway. But yeah, we need to get better.
I will be out of town next week.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be another 6 weeks.
No.
No, she'll have shit to talk about, so we should record again. Wait, listen, we're gonna have to do adult shit, and I know we both hate it, but I think we're gonna have to like put it in a calendar every 2 weeks to record.
Well, my assumption was, and this could be my fault, that every Sunday, no matter what, you were going to be here.
Yeah, that's a rough assumption.
Super big. It was a super big stretch too.
Yeah.
Because you got shit to do.
Yeah.
Like go see fucking Twister 4DX with your child.
Yeah, I have like the whole family responsibility shit. Like for example, there's the end of next month. I will be gone pretty much the entire weekend because we're taking them to Legoland. So
wow, because I don't want to go there.
I mean, you can go. I can tell you when we're going to be there.
What day? Well, don't say it on air.
It's the last weekend in August.
It sounds like a hot time. I just opened a yogurt. I'm pretty fucking committed. The funny thing is, if it's when I think it is, like here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my weekend off. You know I fucking love Lego, you big bitch.
I know.
And you're going to sit here and tell me that you're taking the kids. Fuck your kids. I want to fucking go.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a big thing for Lego, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't fucking go. Especially after watching the videos, there ain't shit for me to do there.
Well, you're definitely not fitting on any of those. They're going to have to get more bricks.
Exactly.
They're going to have to get more bricks.
My fat ass don't fit on anything no more. I need to lose fucking weight
but you
so
know
I can
who
do
can?
stuff again.
I can.
Yeah, you definitely can.
I can't ride them.
Just go. I don't know where, you'll have to find another hotel, but just
fucking Legoland.
They'll love to see you.
Fuck them kids.
They haven't seen you in like 3.5 months.
I'm just going for the bricks.
I mean, yeah, I know. Fuck my kids, right?
Yep. Little hellions.
You'll be all excited to see other kids on fucking Fortnite, but my kids, oh, fuck them. They hear that, by the way. I just.
They hear that. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
I love playing video games.
I know,
you don't let your children play video games
it's
with
not
us.
that I don't let
They don't
them.
have hand-eye coordination.
They're getting there.
What we
It's
should
only a
do is
real
we
matter
should
of
just
time.
honestly find my old.
No, I've actually been letting them play on because in just the hand size, they got to learn on something smaller first.
What have they been playing then?
My Super Nintendo Classic.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
The one you plug into the TV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So it's only a matter of time because
the bigger one
definitely wants to play Fortnite.
Ugh, loser.
Holy shit, does he want to play Fortnite?
Well, can't we get it for the? Do you still have your old PlayStation?
No, I don't think I have any on my old systems anymore.
I might have one here in the garage.
Any old system will work.
I think I have it here.
So I mean, it's easy enough to figure out.
They just can't. Well, I wouldn't say break it. What am I fucking doing?
It's not even so
much.
much
What am I fucking doing with it?
Ultimately, I have to be able to. They'd have to get the cheapest PlayStation Plus ever. So there's that because they don't need the one that I have. In all fairness, I don't even think I need the one that I have anymore. There's nothing on there that I really want to play. Not lately, no.
And it's cool that you can stream, but I did that the other day and it's trash.
Yeah, you have to have a really strong internet connection.
And I mean, as good as I have, it ain't great.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll be back in a couple of weeks because she's got a trip and
I gotta leave.
and I'm sure she's going to want to talk about that. At the very least, the conversation about the plane rides will probably take up a little bit of time. So,
you know what's funny is all of a sudden on my TikTok, there have been nothing but emergency landings.
Oh fuck. That's awful.
Or pieces falling off bitches.
Oh, that's even worse.
And it's on the type of plane that I fly.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Because they're all kind of the same build.
I mean, listen, we all know our phones are listening, and I can't talk about
I
shit
haven't.
without
I
it
haven't
popping
even
up.
brought it up.
Search it. Anything.
I didn't do anything. Why would I fucking look that shit up?
Do you have any emails confirming your flight?
No.
No. Well, then I don't know how
book
it's
it.
happening.
But today on the toilet, just now.
Quite literally, anytime that I mention anything, search anything, it's fucking right there.
Yeah, I don't like it. That part I don't like.
It's not
Although
great.
realistically, there have been more shark attacks.
I mean, yeah,
I'm more likely to have that happen to me.
you're gonna have your family with you, right?
Yeah.
But they kind of don't help you when
No.
you start freaking out. So
No, they fucking suck.
you should have told them to buy me a ticket.
No, it'll be fine.
I like Washington.
I gotta get over it.
I need
gotta
a
get over
vacation.
it. I gotta get over it.
You do. You really do. Because all the shit you want to do, some of that requires a plane.
All of it.
I mean, I was trying to be nice, but yeah.
Because
Some of the shit we want to do requires a
someone
plane.
wants to go travel Europe.
I mean, so do I. Same. Same.
No, I think I did okay on
desperately
the
want
last.
to.
I think I did okay on our last flight. I had one tear shed, both directions.
Yeah.
It dropped right on your shoulder.
But in your defense, both of those moments, the plane wasn't doing great.
It wasn't terrible though.
No. I've
was just a
definitely
little
been
bump.
worse, but it was pretty.
That's why I'm.
It was
the way
pretty
I am.
fucking. It was pretty fucking bumpy.
It'll be fine.
The flight coming into Florida was pretty fucking bumpy coming down.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's been the worst part, by the way. The one loyal listener we have will commiserate with this. We had a lot of stuff to look forward to around this time last year, and
We're depressed.
it's been fucking shitty that
Although,
we have
I think
not
we
had
should
anything
still-
to look forward to.
I think we should still go to Hollywood. Obviously, so we're not going out of the state this time.
They need
but
to. I need something more.
I need them to announce.
They haven't announced shit that makes me want to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do it.
I know.
I don't care what you say.
I know, but I'm just saying.
There are things that are.
I'm sure there's more announcements coming, but listen. Okay, so
Well, there are. We're only in July.
I know, but why didn't we go to Midsummer Scream again? When is that? Did that pass already?
No,
Oh,
no, I don't think it did.
We really. I'm sorry if that came across the mic. That sounded awful in my ears, so I'm sorry.
I don't think it has. Did it?
But yeah,
No.
I don't know if y'all like you. I don't know if y'all follow this shit the way that we do. I mentioned it already. I after last year, I haven't been like.
I hate to break it to you. It's next weekend.
Oh well, that's over. So
You can go.
nah,
It's in Long Beach.
it's not. It's there's that. Who wants to go to some shit like that by themselves?
I mean, I've done it. Oh, that's so fucking gay. My mom has ruined absolutely
Everything
this week.
We were supposed to go see Deadpool
On
in
Thursday.
3D. I was
That was an
gonna
accident.
leave work early and shit.
I told him he had to be sick that day.
But yeah, I
Oh, son of a bitch! That makes
you know
me
what
so
they've
mad.
announced so far?
Ghostbusters.
They announced the first one was fucking
They had an
Ghostbusters.
announcement today.
What the fuck is Ghostbusters doing? I'm sorry. What about? Has anybody ever watched any Ghostbuster movie and been scared?
When I was a kid, yes. If you really
Even
wanna
as a
be honest.
kid, that no. And I was a bitch when I was a child. Like, no.
Today
and then
they-
Insidious, the
oh,
Red
sorry.
Door.
No, it's called The Further.
Whatever the fuck it's called. I haven't watched any of the
Quiet
Insidious.
Place.
But I liked. Don't get me wrong. I liked the Insidious. The Insidious house when we went the last time it was
Dead
there.
Exposure, Death Valley,
But
which is it's an IP.
yeah.
And then Monstros 2, The Nightmares of Latin America, which we did like that house
Yeah.
last time.
So just understand, like I told you, the only way I'm doing it is if we do RIP.
Well, and I agreed to that.
Okay. So
A
yeah,
Quiet Place is going to be there as well.
I figured that was coming.
And you didn't. Well, that was announced a while ago.
Yeah.
But you said you haven't seen that.
I still need to watch the movies.
You definitely
I
have to
haven't
watch.
watched a
I think
single
they're very
solitary one of
good.
them.
I think they're very good. John Krasinski
Krasinski?
is very good.
Motherfucker
at
made me
making
cry
movies.
at if had me in tears.
That movie that just came out with like Ryan Reynolds and
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
You cried at If.
I did.
It's over for me. I'm not watching it.
Why?
It's a wrap because I will bawl.
It's so good though. You really should watch it.
Inside
It's
Out
on
2
Paramount
almost
Plus.
made me. I fucking saw. Inside Out 2 almost made me do it, but I have never felt so seen in my life.
I didn't.
If you ever wonder what my anxiety feels like,
yeah.
That was a very
I will
good-
say that much. And I don't have like crazy anxiety issues like some people, but
Hi.
after watching,
I'm the problem.
I'm here.
I'm the
After
problem with
watching
me.
that, I was like, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to feel seen after this movie. I didn't get
Rachel, I was like,
I didn't get that emotional on Inside Out 2. I did get misty eyed, but I wasn't like weeping.
you know, the one that made
dropped-
me
I
cry
dropped
the
some-
hardest. The one that made me cry the hardest was Toy Story.
Yeah,
Like 3 and 4. Fucking bald.
yeah.
When they killed Dewey.
Woody's disloyal ass.
When they killed Dewey in Scream, I was like,
Yeah,
he's not dead.
That one was rough. I don't know. I still think it's funny how much I'm such a bitch after having children.
Pussy.
Like
Big ol'
did not
pussy.
cry at fucking movies at all. Now just any fuck. Like that what was it? Speak No Evil, that shit. I'm like, I want to see it, but because it's a kid that gets fucked.
Oh, that one with the tongue thing.
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Like, I want to see it because James McAvoy is fucking great, but that's going to fuck with
other
me on
one?
a different level. I don't know. Well, I'm going to figure it out because that one looked really good.
So put it on the list. I was like, take it off the list.
Yeah, put it on those, and then there was a flash or something. It's like,
Take it
never
off.
fucking mind.
And I like shit like that. And I was like, maybe.
You're like, nope.
I'll tell you this though, in Longlegs, when they kept showing that snake, I was like, I literally did like this.
Yeah. So anyway, go see Longlegs if you want, but you don't need to.
We did it for you.
They did it for you. Yeah. It's
We really didn't tell you anything about the movie though.
No, we didn't. We didn't go that deep.
Why was he so pasty?
I know, right? Well, he was staying in that bitch's basement the whole fucking
At
time.
one point, I did say, is he supposed to be playing Michael Jackson?
I mean,
He had the butt chin and everything.
yeah, the whole 9. No, that's ignorant.
What's your birthday, little girl?
Happy birthday. That's going to be just like tiptoe through the window for her.
Ugh. Walked out of that movie and said, don't ever. That one. How was just.
Happy birthday to you.
I hate you.
I know. All right. Well, it's been fun.
How's it?
We'll be back. She's got shit to talk about in a couple weeks, so we'll do better. For like the 3rd time I've promised that this year, but yeah, we're gonna try to get this shit together and hopefully give you guys something to listen to and watch. So
Yeah.
life's been lifing and we're fucking awful. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.